There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, nor the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say: I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free with the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Everyone. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Wow. Did you hear that harmony? You know, that's not even in the original recording. Man, you guys just added something brand new. I love it. It's a good thing I wasn't singing, huh? All right, you guys, welcome to Unity of Pasadena. I want to especially welcome those who have not been here before. I see some new faces. I see some people who haven't been here for a while. I know the same is true for people who are on live stream as well. Some of you have been here with us before, and some of you are here every Sunday. We appreciate it very, very much. Coming from long distance, via the web. Isn't that a great thing? We have people that tune in from Tennessee, from Michigan. We have people that tune in from Nevada and Washington. I mean, it's really a wonderful thing. We just absolutely love it that we can go sort of worldwide nowadays, huh? Yeah, it's great. So this space, Unity of Pasadena, is really about you guys. It is a brick and mortar for sure, but it's really about the people that are inside. And I, as the senior minister of this church, have the absolute honor to help to move this space forward in consciousness, to help to allow for a greater yet to be to unfold, not only for this space, but for each of you and the surrounding community. So I have a saying that kind of lets everybody know what it is that we do here and how it is that we think, kind of the patterns that we run upon. And it goes like this. There's only one thing. It may look like more than one thing. It may feel like more than one thing. But it's only one thing. Expressing as you, expressing as me, and everything we see. Well, fantastic. I'll tell you what, before we get into the prayer, which is how we really open things up, I want to tell you that I love Sundays. How do you feel about Sundays? Listen, I hear it. Yep. Sundays are pretty cool. Sundays are really cool. Not just because there's football on TV. I mean, Sundays are just cool. So let's just sink into that space where we recognize and know the feeling, the presence of love. Now draw that from your experience. Draw that deep from within that well of your soul, that feeling of love. You understand it, you know it, you give it, you receive it. It's a presence. It's like the wallpaper in a room. It's always there. You may not notice it, but it's always there. As a principle, this love is God. So as you summon this feeling of love, you summon the presence of God right here and right now. And we feel that presence. We recognize it as each and every one of us in this room. We recognize it as the things we do for others, the gifts we give, the way we receive with love and gratitude. And I know that today is absolutely perfect. Come on in and sit down. Come on. You got it. All is welcome. So I know that today is absolutely perfect, that everything unfolds beautifully, that in the mind of God it's already done. I mean, we've already had a great good time. We've already spiritually connected with each other. We've already made this one of the best days of our lives. So we have a board of trustees that helps this to happen, and we want to thank them for it. We're so grateful for the people that come in here and make sure that all the wheels are in motion and the cog is working. We're so grateful for our volunteers who come here every Sunday and who greet you at the door or operate the PowerPoint or the sound or the live stream. We're so grateful for our musicians. They are just bringing it. They bring the love of God, the love of Spirit. It's just so beautiful to listen to and to feel. And we are, of course, so grateful for our prayer chaplains. Our prayer chaplains hold the light for each and every one of us so that the highest and best is at hand. All we need to do is allow it to permeate our very selves. So it's with this great thanksgiving that I release these words into the law of mind. I let them go, and please join me by saying, and so it is, amen. Well, so until I played drums, I didn't know that I had a frog in my throat. But it's there. It's going to leave as soon as I take a drink of water. Should I have it leave right now? I should. Yeah, let's do that right now. Otherwise, I sound a little like Louis Armstrong. We could do, there are leaves of green. red roses too. What a wonderful world. There, Louis gone. Louis gone, Greg's back. All right, you guys, we do a 3-minute question. Oh, thank you so much. Look at this. We're going to do a unity blessing before we do a 3-minute question, and then we're going to do our statement of faith. So please join me. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are. And our statement of faith. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe. God the good omnipotence, and I am one with that presence and power. Thank you for getting me on track, Gay. I appreciate that. That looked familiar, didn't it? You know, because I always get off track. Sometimes it's Jackie back there. Jackie just gives me the finger, you know, the high sign. The correct finger, by the way, which is the index finger. Yes. Oh. Well. Looks like there are 2 questions on this one. Which one do you want? The first one or the second one? Oh, let's do the second one. Let's shake it up, okay? As long as it doesn't depend upon the answer to the first one. It doesn't. Okay. What's the difference between love and compassion? Ooh. I think I know why that one came in, because I always use it kind of as a couple, you know. I say, and the love and compassion that we bring for one another, the love and compassion that we bring to the situation, the love and compassion, as if they're kind of the same thing, but they're really not. Love and compassion are 2 different concepts, although compassion, I think, is a subset of love. So let's define them real quickly, and this is what I know New Thought to believe about love. New Thought believes, and we are a New Thought organization, by the way. We look at things metaphysically, fundamental texts, we look at them metaphysically. We try and bring them to today's moment, and we define words in a way that makes sense for today's moment. So love is the self-givingness of God in the New Thought tradition, the self-givingness of God. And since there's only one thing, and we already talked about that, there's only one thing, then the self-givingness of God illustrates itself and experiences itself as everything we see, everything we feel, everything we know. And so each and every one of you is part of that self-givingness of God. I mean, you are made from the love of God, which makes you the love of God. You are that which God is. God is love. You are that. So the self-givingness of God as the definition for love, I think, is pretty good for love as a principle. But when we add in compassion, we realize that there's a different way of seeing how we can give this love. Compassion is a Latin word. It's from a Latin derivation. The root is from Latin. And it's to suffer together, essentially, that we suffer together, which means that I know how you're feeling. And I can know how you're feeling just sometimes by looking at you. You know, I can know that there's something going on with you. If you're crying, I start to tear up myself. If you're laughing, what a wonderful thing. You know, I can laugh with you. But compassion is to suffer together. And that generally means that I'm bringing to you comfort. A way of expressing love is to bring to you some comfort, know how you're feeling, know what's going on in your life, and to bring that love to the moment. So it's sort of a subset of love in my mind, compassion. Now, I think that love is kind of, I know what you are, and compassion is, I see you. So in this real world, I can give compassion, and I hope you feel the love. How'd I do? 259. Ooh. Whoever had 259, they get a free cup of coffee. Free cup of coffee. So I hope that helped, whoever wrote that. I hope that love and compassion thing helped. I say them in unison because I want you to know that I know who you are and I see you. Singing? Shall we sing? All right, let's do it.
If I met you on the corner, would I know you as you are? Would I take you for a stranger and brush past you in the door? If you called me, would I hear you? Would I walk away too soon? If I linger for a moment, would I see myself in you? If I fought you as a soldier, if I had you in my sight, would you ask me to remember, to imagine I was right? If you witnessed my surrender, do I know what I would do? If you held me like my brother, would I see myself in you? When I dreamed my end was near, I was almost gone. If I dream that dream from here, can I still come home? If you called me, would I hear you? Do I know what I would do? If you held me like my lover, would I see myself in you? If you held me like my mother, would I see myself in you?
Excuse me, sorry. Allison, Rich, that was beautiful. Thank you. All right. Let me say, first of all, happy Sunday to each and every one of you. And I'm privileged to share the daily work with you this morning. So we'll begin. I release worry and know prosperity. Perhaps the greatest gift of prosperity consciousness is freedom from worry. It is knowing that as a divine being, I can draw from an infinite storehouse of divine ideas and prosper myself in infinite ways. This awareness helps me keep the things of the world in proper perspective. Like anyone, I will know of times of plenty and times of lack. Understanding my prosperity is a spiritual truth, and not the quality or number of my belongings or the amount of money I have in the bank gives me agency to direct my life. I am prosperous. As I affirm this truth again and again, I grow richer in divine ideas, the building blocks of everything on earth. Therefore, I will tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Matthew 6:25.
Your friendships are your prayers. Waking up to the spiritual power in everything. We know that God's good, God's love, God's peace, and God's joy prevail. It is here, present, right now, right here, in you and all around you, and it cannot be any other way. Reverend Dorst said that the prayer chaplains hold the light, but you all are light as well. And you're holding the light for me, and I see you shining so brightly and beautifully. And I thank you for that. I met Dr. Leo Buscaglia. You guys remember him from the 90s, 80s and 90s? And I didn't meet him at a lecture or a conference. I was living in Silver Lake, Echo Park area. I lived in both. And I was walking with a friend in the Hollywood Reservoir by Cahuenga. And there he came towards us. And he greeted us as if we were best friends. And at first I was like, oh, who's this? And then I didn't write down what he said, I don't remember, but it was very uplifting. He recognized me as the best friend ever. And it was really exciting to see him. And he has this theory. He wrote 5 books that were in the New York Times bestseller list. And he has this idea of hugs. He was the first to state and promote the concept of humanity's need for hugs. He said 5 per day to survive, 8 per day to maintain, and 12 to thrive. And he was really big, and he's no longer with us in the physical form, but it seemed to fit the theme of today's friendship. And I'd like to read one of his quotes. There are scores of people waiting for someone just like us to come along, people who will appreciate our compassion, our encouragement, who will need our unique talents, someone who will live in a happier life merely because we took the time to share what we had to give. So now let's take a few deep breaths before we go into our meditation. Settle yourselves in and know that you are in the perfect spot. Let's take another deep cleansing breath in and release. Let's take one more breath in and release, and drop your shoulders just a bit. And feel that beautiful gravity, that pull of gravity, You can imagine a root growing from the bottom of your feet into the earth to really ground you. Also from the bottom of your spine. And a beautiful light up above your head that drops down inside and all around your body. A beautiful beaming white light or golden light. And as the root and the light above mix and meld in your body, the energy from the earth, the beautiful, imagined strength of Mother Earth, our beautiful blue planet, with the beautiful cosmic energy of the universe, all the wisdom and knowing, blending together inside of you, so that you are even a brighter light. When astronauts come back from being in space and they see that beautiful blue planet, they are overcome because we are the only blue and green, colorful planet in all that they have seen. It's very special, and we're grateful to be here. As we go into the silence for about 2 minutes. Please return your attention back to this beautiful sanctuary. We can hold others in the light. Even if a person appears to not want to be a friend, hold them or that person in the light. It matters. We are all interconnected, and the light we shine will and does absolutely make a difference. We're keeping the high watch. And so let's now go into the prayer of St. Francis. God, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine presence, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. and it is through grace that we are given eternal life. And so it is. Amen.
If I could give one gift to you, as solid as the morning dew, a window pane the light shines through, the spaces in between us, a gift for you my heart would bring, the sweet release of everything, the breath I take before I sing, the spaces in between us, trusting in what might arise, without a thought preceding, as simple as a baby's sighs, the spaces in between us. It's not what keeps our souls apart, but what connects and dreams us, the vast potential of the heart, the spaces in between us. So I offer what my heart has found, the silent love that's all around, a symphony without a sound, the spaces in between us. If I could give you more than this, let it be forever's kiss, mindful of my mindlessness, the spaces in between us. Mindful of my mindlessness, the spaces in between us.
What beautiful choices for this topic. You know, I see myself in you. That to me is a truism. I see myself in you, and I see myself in everything. And many times, if I want to judge you, I'm really judging myself, and I have to understand that. Where I come from, we have some sayings, and one of them is, if I point the finger at you, there are four more pointing back at me, which means that I'm seeing you through my eyes. I'm judging you through my own feelings about what's going on at a deep level, and I think that's a real truism. But, I love that idea that I see myself in you, and that may be a prayer. That may, in fact, be a prayer. It is when you're a child, I think, and you find somebody that you want to be like, and you kind of buddy up with them, you want to be a part of that group, or you want to be a part of that other person's life. I mean, that could be positive or negative for sure, but I remember wanting to be friends with the cool kids. Anybody on that same train as me? Yeah. And that kind of, from time to time, led me down a road that I probably shouldn't have been on, I mean, as a kid, sneaking out in the middle of the night with these new friends and toilet papering houses and things like that, I mean, yeah. And by the way, we toilet papered teachers' houses too. So all you teachers in the audience, might have been you. If it was, I apologize. So the whole idea behind this month is to find ourselves seeing the spiritual aspects, the unfoldment of spiritual aspects of our lives through the things that we do every day, through the everyday things we do. So you might think that, I need to get down on my knees to pray. Some people believe that that's the truth, and it may very well be if that's what you believe. Some people believe that they can do it in a circle holding hands or something that looks like a circle, and I believe that too. Some people believe that they have to be alone in their closet. Some people believe that they have to be with others. Some people believe that they have to read something that's a prayer as opposed to making up their own. I mean, there are all sorts of beliefs around prayer. The idea behind this month is to widen your belief around what prayer really is, see? So, prayer could be the way you eat. I mean, what you eat and the way you eat can be a prayer. And that's because, if your prayer is that you have enough energy to do something like run a marathon, yay. We have somebody here that just ran a marathon in Big Bear yesterday, and he's still alive. Yeah, very good. And so what you eat may very well be a prayer to do the best that you possibly can. What you do during the day to work out and make sure that your body's in shape is a prayer. It's a prayer for you to do well in this marathon, for you to be able to do the things that you really, truly, in your heart, desire that you do. And so, in broadening this idea of what prayer really is, I came upon the idea that your friendships are actually prayer. Your friendships can be prayer. I mean, who are you giving yourself to? Who are you emulating? What are you doing with your time? Are you receiving those things that are spiritually nourishing for you? Are you spending time with those others still just to fit in with the crowd? Is this really a friendship that you've got? Or is it just a matter of convenience? I mean, sometimes in this world today we use the word friends so cavalierly. Friends is those people that I work with in the office. I don't really know their names. I barely know their names. I don't know their kids. I don't know their spouses. I don't know what they do on their days off. I don't know anything about them, yet I call them friends because I see them all the time. But I'm not sharing my trust with them. I'm not sharing all of the things that seem to make my intentions in life come true. Now, I use those words with distinction because oftentimes prayer is an intention. And when I have a relationship, I mean a really good relationship that is truly a friendship relationship, I'm sharing my intentions with them as to how I want my life to unfold. Happiness is wrapped up, by the way, so that we all know and can feel this as well, in our connectedness, in our ability to have relationships, to share things with one another. Happiness in life is connected to each of us. Very few people can find, I know there are some, can find happiness, true happiness, all by themselves, all the time. I used to have a friend that said to me, you got to widen your circle, Greg. you got to get to know more people, because if you're spending too much time alone, and in my estimation, that's spending time with corrupt company. And we both laughed at that, you know, although we kind of recognized the slight bit of truth in all of that, you know. But the idea behind it was that we can all sort of fall into corrupt thinking, meaning things that aren't true about us or others, or maybe the life around us. You know, things that don't have value, we start to value. You know, when we don't have anybody to bounce ideas off of or to spend time with and really engage in heart-to-heart conversations, or, you know, share our fears and our hopes and our dreams with, then we sort of fall into this space of losing touch with reality. Do you know what I mean by that? You know, I'm not saying anybody here has lost touch with reality, but what I'm saying is that it is possible. It certainly is possible. You know, in the practice of law, I was a criminal specialist, and I had, from time to time, communications with family members of people who had been sentenced to long periods of time in solitary confinement, and how they had deteriorated in solitary confinement. And was there anything that I could do to step in at this late date and see if I couldn't somehow change their conditions? And so I would do all that I could to make sure that they were healthy and safe, and all of the things that need to be done. And sometimes moving people out of solitary confinement is the way to do it. Being alone is hard. It's really, really hard. And we don't have to live that way. We really don't have to live that way. So, yeah, when I was a kid, you know, I sort of appreciated and enjoyed all of these options that I had. You know, hanging out with the cool people. I even hung out with musicians because I wanted to be like musicians. You know, I mean, if you hang out in a place where people are doing things, you're likely to do them. So that's one reason why people who really want to be actors and actresses, they go out and they hang out in those places. They audition for roles. They take classes in drama. They join local theater groups so that they can start presenting their abilities, you know, or honing their skills. They do those kinds of things because they want something more out of their life, and they know that they have to hang around those things in order to get it. They build friendships around what it is they'd like to see, and in that way there's a give and take between them and those people that they build friendships with. You know, if you want to be rich, you probably should hang around banks. Just my advice, you know. If you want to, I mean, that's where they keep all the money. Yes. And so, you know, if you really, really want something, then you hang out in that location. You know, if you really, really want to be an athlete, you'll hang out in the gym or do your road work or, you know, prepare yourself in whatever way possible. So I love this idea that friendship is your prayer, because you have choices with regard to friendship. You really do. But I'm not the first one to come up with these ideas that friendship is a prayer. I mean, in a sense, the Bible's been talking about this for a long, long period of time, and all you got to do is shift your thinking a little bit around this. You know, in Proverbs 27:17, it says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." It sounds like a relationship, doesn't it? Sounds like some kind of relationship. I mean, it doesn't tell us exactly what kind of relationship it is, but one person sharpens another. I mean, one person apparently is pushing somebody up rung by rung on a ladder, and you're doing the same for them. Finding higher ground, talking about things that matter, you know, not being judgmental, being a person who considers they live on the positive side of the street, you know, just pushing each other up, sharpening each other as iron on iron. In Proverbs 13:20, it says, "Walk with the wise and become wise." Oh, that's sort of what I was saying, wasn't it? I mean, every example. You could also walk with people that have no cares about wisdom, do not want even to talk about wisdom. And I suppose you can deprioritize wisdom. You know, just like you can deprioritize compassion and love if you so desire. I'm not saying you can give them up entirely, because those things are within us. and always will be within us, but we block our ability by not allowing them to come forth. That's just a human condition. I mean, that is really the essence of what we teach here, that everything we need, everything we have is already within us. We just need to find a way to allow it to emerge, whether that be happiness or the ability to accomplish anything because of the need for some wisdom or new thinking. So this idea that your friendships sharpen one another is really wonderful, because what that does is reflect this idea that I was talking about, that prayers are intentions. Prayers really are about your intentions. And if your intentions are to move forward in life, to become your greater yet to be, then you'll find people who are on that same quest. How did you find each other, by the way? How did you find each other? Have you ever asked yourself that question? How did you find each other? Well, I think you were drawn here because of an idea initially. You were drawn here because you had this idea that your life would get better if you came. And I think a lot of you come back every Sunday because you know that's the truth. You got to meet a lot of people that are pulling on the same end of the rope, meaning they have these same ideas. And as we sit together and we talk about things, we sharpen each other. You know, that sharpening of one another is synergized. It is made greater when we take classes or do workshops together. And we get to talk about each of our inner fears or our desires or what it is we'd like to change about ourselves. Even if it's embarrassing, we have the vulnerability to talk about it. You know, when we're vulnerable, we get to know each other. And it's in those settings that we get to know each other even deeper. Now, I love classes, and I love to teach them, because I get an opportunity to get to know everybody in that class deeply. And when I get to know you deeply, my iron gets sharpened too. See, it's not just me giving, it's me receiving as well. Great friendships are about giving and receiving. Now, I have told you this before, but one of the things that I've added into my spiritual practice is listening. Great friendships, really great friendships, require listening, not just waiting to talk. You know, they require listening. And you can hone those skills if you like. You can sit out on your front porch, or you can sit silently and just listen to the world around you. That's a way of honing skills so that you can sit silently and listen to somebody talk as well, to share their innermost feelings, their fears, whatever it might be. And we don't have to fix anybody if they're friends. But listening is a skill that really brings us deeply into their lives. I mean, if you're a listener, somebody else trusts you. You know, and if you can feed back some of the things that they have said to you, and they know that you're listening, oh, you get a trusted place in their heart. No doubt about that. But you know people who break in all the time, who go on and on and on and on, you know, who are in this thing for some other reason. But, you know, don't blame them. You can't blame them. They haven't reached that next rung yet. And so you can be the example for them. You can. You can be the example. So the ancients used to call friendship the crown of life. The crown of life. Richard Rohr said about this that a friend's correction does not cause pain, and a friend's praise is not considered flattery. I love that. A friend's correction does not cause pain, and a friend's praise is not considered flattery. You're living life together. You know, you're not trying to get something out of this. You're not trying to be offended. You're trying to reach one another deeply in your heart. So do you think Jesus became friends with the 12 disciples? Do you think that that's what happened? You know, what I think it is a lesson. I think that this 12 disciple thing is a lesson that you can't do it alone, that you can't reach that next level alone. I mean, you can try. But if you don't have other people around you, friends, people who are watching you and helping you, or needing your assistance in creating that great game of giving and receiving, you're not going to reach that next level. It's really hard for you to know when you have if you're all alone. It's hard for you to set intentions that really might or can or will work if you're all alone. I mean, you know that's true. You absolutely know that's true. So, you know, there's a Bible quote as well that says, wherever two or more are gathered. Yeah, you know that quote. Wherever two or more gathered, there I will be in the midst, says God. You know, there I will be in the midst. The creative resource, the creative source, right there in the midst, wherever two or more are gathered. I'm not so sure that that same creative resource isn't there when only one of you's there, but it's harder to push that life source around in ways that make for something brand new if you're all alone. You have to have somebody to bounce these things off of. So there's a sister organization. I'll call it a sister organization. It's Centers for Spiritual Living, Religious Science. You guys mostly have heard of that and probably read the Science of Mind textbook, which is absolutely magnificent. Ernest Holmes compiled a lot of information. He doesn't take credit for any of it because he can't, because there are a lot of people out there that brought this knowingness, from Emerson to Thomas Troward to Phineas Quimby, and these people that brought this idea to the forefront were simply synthesized in a newer tone. And that's what Ernest Holmes did. And the people that have followed a lot of Ernest Holmes' teachings have decided that they want to put forth a vision statement that goes like this: creating a world that works for everyone. Their vision is to create a world that works for everyone. Wow, talk about a tall task, huh? I mean, first of all, when I hear that, I think to myself, that's such a wonderful idea. Such a beautiful idea, but at a deep spiritual level, it already does work for us according to our own belief. I mean, it's already working for us. It's something that we control, except sometimes we can't control what happens to us, but we can certainly control the way we respond to it. We can control whatever we can control, and we're responsible for our happiness, for our joy, for our pain, for certain types of suffering. We're responsible for all of that kind of stuff. So, in a sense, if you want your world to work for you, you'll not engage in those types of things, but you'll stay on, as I said before, the sunny side of the street, the positive side of the street. So in a sense, from a spiritual level, the world does work for each and every one of us, but it sure as heck doesn't look like it. It sure doesn't look like it. I mean, all you need to do is drive downtown, to downtown Los Angeles, and you see people in tents, and those are the rich ones, in tents on the street. And not just 10 or 12 or 20 or 100, I mean thousands of people. It doesn't seem to be working for them. The world doesn't seem to be working for them. So how do we actually start the process of creating a world that works for everyone? Because you got to start at square one, don't you? And this is what I think Centers for Spiritual Living haven't been looking at. Wherever two or more are gathered, there you shall be in the midst, O Lord. So we could start small. We can take a look at what our shared intention is. I mean, take Don, for instance. We've had shared intentions as friends for a long period of time. We have. We've known each other for a long period of time, and we've shared our intentions of creating a better life for us and for our kids and for anybody who needs our services, and creating this give and take relationship. I mean, it's the essence of life, isn't it? I mean, it's a world that works for you and me at that level. And then we add in this thing called the law of attraction, where we start attracting other people into our circle, I mean, if I just believe those things that I said, it might be difficult for other people to be pulled in, for that consciousness to permeate in large spaces and areas, for that energy to be given and received. But when we got two of us, We pull in the divine creator. We pull in the essence of life. We pull in a vibration that can't be matched. And we know it. We know that two people are way more powerful than one. And two people can attract another pretty doggone easily. You know, most of you know that I took 27 years of sobriety here on October 31st. Well, thank you for that, but I said that because I wanted you to know that I know something about this. You see, because there's a 12-step program called Alcoholics Anonymous, and it started with two people. When it was just one person running around trying to get these ideas out, it didn't work at all. When two people got together and started doing these things and working with others and sharing these ideas and making it happen, what happened? Millions of people got sober. Millions of people's minds and ideas were transformed. Millions of people have found a better life. And part of what that's all about is that not only are they to receive, but they're to give it away. There are no dues and fees. Doesn't cost a doggone thing to go to a meeting. Nobody takes any money for what it is that they teach you. It's like the most amazing organization on the face of the earth. Nobody takes credit for all this goodness. You know, these two founders, unless you search, you don't even know their last names. I mean, it's pretty cool. It really is. Two or more are gathered. There I will be in the midst. I mean, I see this world that works for everyone as being a possibility. I mean, it can truly unfold, but it's got to unfold not just in the mind of you or in the mind of me. It's got to unfold in all of our minds. And then you can jump on or not. I mean, there are going to be people who don't want to be happy, by the way. There are going to be people who don't want to live in a world that works for everyone. You know, and by the way, I understand where they are. I understand where they are. They feel that they've been given a raw deal and they just want to blow everything up. I understand that. I get that. Because that's a level of development that needs to transform and transcend as well. You know, I want those people here. I want them here. So we can talk about things. And iron can sharpen iron. It's pretty cool stuff, isn't it? Friendships are your prayers. They truly are. They truly are. And so I think that nurturing them, caring about them, getting deep with them, those friendships, widening your circle to bring more into your world are grand ideas. I suggest those things. I truly do. You don't have to be an extrovert to do that. You just have to be a person that's willing. That's really all there is to it. So, hopes and dreams, I got them too. When I say to you, namaste, what I'm saying is the God in me recognizes the God in you. And you usually say it right back or at the same time. So, namaste. And so it is. All right, so we're going to do our conscious giving. And that means that we have an usher today. Oh, fantastic. Look at that. We got Norma. She is one of the most experienced ushettes known to man. I guess I get to make up words, too. I can make up words, yeah. But, here's the thing about making up words. If what I say you don't understand or you don't get it, then it's not the right word. It's not the right word. But you all know what I meant when I said one of the most experienced ushettes. You're awesome. And here's what she brought me. She brought me a list of people who are on live stream. Hey, Steve and Carrie, hey, good to see that you're there. Absolutely wonderful. We miss you. We miss you. And Bosch is here. Whew. Oh, man. And by the way, she says that she loved Helen's meditation. Yes. And I say, I did too. Where are you? There you are. Fantastic. We got Victoria too. We got Victoria on. And we got Jackie. I don't see a last name here. Anybody know who that is? Yes. She misses all of you. I know she misses all of you. She's with the grandchildren, 5 of them. We have 10. She's with 5 of them. The girls. She's with the girls. It's been a girls' weekend. Yeah. I went and invaded that just for a moment yesterday, and that's all I could handle. It was actually they were really wonderful. We made up songs. I like to make up songs that gets their attention, with their name in it, So I go through the 5 names and talk about what they are and who they are and all that. They love that. It's fun. So we also have, because Jackie has set this up appropriately, Kylie, Kaylin, Cora, Addie, and Avery, which are the 5 that I have just mentioned. Hi, girls. We have Carol LeBrie, woo, and Colleen. Colleen's coming in from Illinois. We got Charles DeTurk from Michigan. We got Charlene from Tennessee. Yeah. It's a wonderful world, isn't it? It is. Yeah. Put this right here while we do this, because we're gonna talk for 2 seconds here, just 2 seconds about our community giving. See, we support those things that mean something to us. I mean, that's how we move this consciousness forward. We really do, and we move it forward into the rest of the arena that we live in and farther. We move it forward by being it, by demonstrating it, all the things that we do, and our generosity helps. And so I want you to say with me our community giving statement. God is the source of my overflowing supply, and I am grateful, and so it is. Oh, are we missing Allison? We were going to sing a song. She'll be here. Good, okay. Yeah, so let's do it. What song can I sing in her stead?
I Am Light.
I Am Light?
Let me just catch my breath. And I wanted to say that, is this loud enough? It's loud, okay. That reminded me of so I'm catching my breath. This is the way I catch it, by talking. Into the Woods. There's a song, It Takes Two. Anyone? Any musical theater fans? Yeah, so I'm just running through my mind. It's really sweet. Okay. This is a favorite song of mine by Indiari. I think I'm caught up now. I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the mistakes I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I left behind. I am light. Ooh. 'Cause color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is alive. I am light. 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 I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. I am Can you sing with me? I am light. 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 One more time. I am light. I am light.
Wow, wow, wow. Whew. Come on forward. Bring those tithes and treasures forward. Let's pray over them real quick before we get our movie star up. You noticed somebody with sunglasses on? I almost put some on in solidarity too. You know, there are two people with sunglasses. Or we could sing that song, I wear my sunglasses at night. Yeah. Brett, I'm sure you know that song. All right, so here's what we do. We give thanks for these tithes and treasures, those gifts from each of your hearts. And we know that they're, and we promise to use them with integrity, to benefit Unity of Pasadena right here in this very space and the surrounding community for which we're a much beloved member. We bring our consciousness every Sunday, and we know that energetically everyone feels this love, this great gift. We're grateful for it. And I release these words into the law of mind with great thanksgiving in my heart for each and every one of you and for this very space. Please join me by saying, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I promised you a movie star. Here we go.
Actually, with each one of you being light, it's just more than I can handle. Okay. Actually, I'm quite thankful for modern medicine and the ability to help eyesight when needed, and so that's all that's going on here for a week or so. But anyway, with all that light, that brings us to our vision. So what is our vision here at Unity of Pasadena? It is envisioning a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening, which leads to the mission that puts feet onto our vision, and that is transforming lives by living and sharing our inner truth of divine wisdom, compassion, and love using practical spiritual principles. And those show up in our core values, which are creating community, living love, teaching truth, and serving spirit. And also celebrating all of the friendships that we have here at their various levels of development, especially through sharing food around the table at hospitality time. And this Sunday, the third Sunday of the month, is our team K through R, borrowing a few others. And we are very thankful that they have made their workaround for what they're going to provide us today, because you remember last week the stove blew up. However, we are fortunate. We have been gifted a new stove, and it will be arriving tomorrow, and it will be installed in plenty of time for Gratitude Sunday next Sunday. And Jackie tells me that, we've got lots of food coming in, but if you did not yet sign up and you're going to be here, still, please bring your favorite dish to share, okay? It'll be a great time. All righty. Then, now, Reverend Greg has something to show you, which is just one example of the type of things that we're collecting for the local charity Friends Indeed, and that is lightly used but very usable or new cold winter clothing. And that thank you. Okay. There's stuff already gathering, and some of it's been put into Reverend Greg's office, some of it's out on the table there, and you have an insert in your monthly bulletin, that tells you all the things that they need from, jackets, sweaters, sweatshirts, hoodies, ponchos, gloves, hand warmers, t-shirts, jeans, men and women, socks, those should be new, as well as any underwear should be new. But anyway, we're still collecting for 3 more Sundays, and it's a wonderful way to share our gratitude at this time of year. And thank you, Basha, for being online today. Basha will be back with Ponoko next Sunday, again doing their one-on-one Reiki and Serenity sound bath experience. Again, Jackie says there's still 2 slots. There's the 4 o'clock and the 4:30 slot still available for next week. And Georgette, if I could ask you to keep it at your hospitality table today, so that if anybody wants to sign up for those 2 spots, they can. All right. And you know how the universe sometimes likes to play little jokes on us. Well, under the more happenings thing, this is what happened this week. We've had very diligently ordered all of our Advent booklets, because Advent does begin on the first Sunday of December. And you remember that, we share them as a free gift. So there they were, there's the box, there's the invoice. You got a choice, you see, when you ordered. They come in both English and Spanish. We ordered English. The invoice said English, but when Gay opened the box, they were all in Spanish. Now, we have a few people, who I know, probably would like to have theirs in Spanish, and that's fine, and we'll be happy to give them to you. The only thing is we have 75 in total. So, if you do know of any, of any organization, or Spanish speaking that might enjoy these, we'll be happy to give them away. We have reordered the English, but we do not know exactly when they shall appear. But when they do, we will share them with you as we had originally planned. So with that, I will turn this back over to Reverend Craig to close.
So you know I'm a reframer. I like to reframe. When Barbara told me about the booklets, I said, "Oh, great! How many weeks do we have to learn Spanish?" We can all learn Spanish in 3 weeks. I mean, there are some apps that allow you to learn pretty quickly, I think. So I don't know, but I think that's a good idea. Thank you. So we are at the point right now where we're going to sing a song after doing our silent unity prayer for protection. The peace song today, great peace song. So in order to do all this, let's stand. Silent unity prayer for protection, please. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine, and all is well.
There be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator.